A student writes two structure for the butene, one with the both methyl group on the same site, one with both methyl group on the same site, butene. First of all, let's draw this butene, both methyl group on the same side on the double bond, and other is them opposite side, means cis and trans. What type of isomerization is that? They are geometrical isomers. So option D is correct. Which of the following condition will most likely result in a poor yield of aspirin? Aspirin structure is acetyl salicylic acid. So there is COH and this is O. This is aspirin structure. So if we treat the salicylic acid with the acetic anhydride, then it will CH3, it will generate the aspirin. Okay. So basically, this acetic anhydride is very reactive in comparison to CH3COH acetic acid. तो आप ये C2O यूज करते हैं ज़्यादा यील्ड के लिए. सो ऑप्शन सी इज करेक्ट आंसर, यूजिंग एसिडिक एसिड इन प्लेस ऑफ एसिडिक एनहाइड्रेट. अब अगर एसिडिक एसिड यूज करते हैं तो यील्ड कम हो जाता है. द क्वेश्चन नंबर 53, व्हिच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग पेयर्स रिप्रेजेंट द enantiomers? So let's see, 2R3S butanediol, 2S3S butane. Enantiomers are mirror image, so the mirror image should be S and R, but here SS, this is not right. Glucose, galactose, they can be anomers but not enantiomers because the configuration is different toward particular center. All lactic acid and S lactic acid, this is true, they can be enantiomer. Cis to butene, they are geometrical isomers. So option C is correct. In the question number 54, which of the following is correct regarding the electromotive force of a galvanic cell? So the total charge passes in an external circuit. The energy dissipated as heat in the cell. No. The potential difference between the two electrodes when no current flows. That is true. The difference in the electrode potential, two electrodes when cell under the operation. No. Option C is correct. So electromotive force is the difference of potential when there is no flow of current. The question number 55, which of the following test confirm the presence of nitro group in an organic compound? HPCL3, the alcohol test, and Tollens test, that is for the aldehyde and ketone. We did the Mulligan's test for the nitro group identification. So HPCL3 for the phenols or any ROE genols. So basically in this Mulligan test, the NO2 group is reduced to R bond NHOH, the hydroxylamine, in presence of zinc and ammonium chloride. After that, Tollens reagent will reduce this to form the silver mirror. The Tollens test, that is for the aldehyde and reducing sugar. Bayer test, that is for the unsaturation in the alkenes and the alkynes. So correct option will be B. In the question number 56, which of the following statement best explain why chlorobenzene undergoes the nitration more slowly than the benzene? In the chlorobenzene Cl, it has plus R and minus I effect. So due to the minus I effect, it is deactivating the ring system क्योंकि ये सारा इलेक्ट्रॉन डेंसिटी अपने पास खींच लेता है. So that's why for electrophile substitution like NO2 plus, to attack this you need more electron density to the ring system, but क्लोरीन रिंग को डीएक्टिवेट कर देता है तो रेट स्लो होता है बेंजीन के कंपैरिजन पे. So the chlorine atom is an electron withdrawing group through the induction. That is true. Option C is correct. Which of the following element is not considered true transition metal? So zinc is not considered as a true transition metal because if we consider the Definition of a transition metal: with the metal which have not filled D cell, which is not filled in their GS ground state or excited state, they are called transition metal. Means D1 to D10 system. So for the copper system, normally this is D10 and S1, but the thing is that when copper 2 plus is the most stable state in which it exists as D9, so this is stable, but zinc in Zn2 plus D10 system and S0, so filled d orbital, so this is not a transition metal. Which of the p block element forms an acidic oxide? So basically non-metal will forms the acidic oxide. So in the nitrogen family, so nitrogen is non-metal, and Pb release this p block nitrogen, that is non-metal. Aluminium, and boron family, then carbon family in between them. Carbon, sorry, writing there. Pb. So Pb. So this Pb is metal. So this Pb is a metal. Bismuth. That aluminium is an amphoteric, and nitrogen will form the acidic oxide. Correct option is B. Which reagent is commonly used to carry out the sulfonation in Bob benzene? So sulfonation of benzene we use mostly the oleum. Option D is correct. Which of the following nuclei is NMR inactive? For NMR active, the I not equals to 0, so they can be NMR active. So here this is NMR inactive, means I is equals to 0, which has the even mass and the even atomic number. The even mass, that is A and Z. So for the carbon, because 12,6, so that is NMR inactive. The question number 61, a salt solution gives a white cardi precipitate when treated with the silver nitrate. Which insoluble dilute nitric acid, okay, that is insoluble in dilute nitric acid but soluble in the dilute ammonia solution. The acidic radical present in most likely salt solution in presence of AgNO3. In presence of chloride, it will precipitate as HPCL, so that is white precipitate cardi. So this is insoluble in AgNO3. This is insoluble, but soluble in the ammonia solution. So in H3 solution it is soluble, because then it is from Ag NH3 whole 2 plus. This is like this. So B is correct answer. The question number 62. Which of the following atoms would require least energy to remove its outermost electron? So for the alkali metal and alkaline earth metal, the energy, ionization energy, is least. So here alkali metal, sodium, lithium, not beryllium, not boron, but lithium, it is lithium then sodium. It is above the group, so it has high ionization energy, but sodium has low ionization energy. So correct answer will be B. The heme group is derivative of porphyrin ring. Option B is correct. Which of the following liquid exhibits the highest resistance to flow under the standard conditions? So the liquid which has the highest viscosity, that has the more resistance. Methanol under reduced pressure, no. Water under, no. Glycerol, ambient temperature, yes. Glycerol is very sticky. Viscosity is very high. So option C is correct answer. In the question number 65, consider the following species O2, O2 plus, O2 minus. Which of the following statement is correct regarding their bond energies? So O2, this is 16 electron. O2 plus, that is 15 electron, O2 minus, this is 17 electron. So bond energy directly proportional to the bond order. So it has the bond order of 2.5, this is 2, and this is 1.5 bond order. So bond order will be high for O2 plus. Option D is correct. In the question number 66, what type of reaction is primarily involved in the chemical behavior of ethers? Basically in ethers, suppose this is a ether, this is R or R dash, then what happen in the acidic condition, it will be protonated and the nucleophile will attack this R and it will release electrophilic aromatic substitution, no, because for that the electrophilicity should be high, but here this scenario not possible. Nucleophilic substitution under the heat, that is correct answer. Free radical, no. Acid catalyzes esterification reaction, no. After that it will generate alcohol plus R1 nucleophile. The question number 67, which of the following statement about the structural arrangement of particles is or are correct? So solid short range order, liquid long range order, no. Gas, no regular arrangement. That is true. Solid has high long range order, liquid has short range order, and gas has no regular arrangement. Only C. Option D is correct. In the question 68, which of the following correctly classified furan and pyrrole? So this is furan, this is pyrrole. So non-cyclic, no. Aromatic heterocycle with one heteroatom, that is true. This is heteroatom, this is heteroatom, and aromatic heterocycle. Option B is correct. Question number 69. A first order reaction is 1/5 completed in 40 minutes. What is the time required for the 100% completion? A first order reaction and 100% completion. So first order reaction cannot be completed 100%. So it will take infinite time. So option C is correct. The question number 70, which of the following rearrangement occurs to stabilize the carbohydrate? Electrophilic addition, no. Nucleophilic substitution, no. Hydride or alkyl shift, that is true. The question number 71, what is the structural features distinguishes the 5 alpha and 5 beta series of steroid? So in the steroid, the name of the ring, suppose this is ring 1, ring 2, ring 3. So this ring A, this is B, this is C. And alpha signifies the hydrogen in the down and beta signifies the hydrogen in the upside of stereochemistry. 5 alpha means at the fifth number of carbon, the hydrogen is downside. So 5 beta means in the fifth number of carbon, hydrogen is upside. So this alpha means down or opposite to any substituent, to any methyl group or any substituent. C10 position. If it is C5, then this is C10 position. In the steroid, the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So with respect to 10 position, the 5 position, if we at the 10 position the methyl is present, the alpha will be opposite to the it and beta is the cis to it. Let's see number of hydroxyl group, no. Configuration at C5, that is true. The number of ring, no. Presence of double bond, no. Option B is correct answer. The question number 72, a carbon-carbon triple bond typically shows absorption in which range? It is about 2100 to 2200 centimeter inverse. A solute distributes itself between benzene and water such that the concentration of 0.33 in the organic phase and this in the water phase. What is the partition coefficient? Partition coefficient Kd is equals to concentration in the organic phase, concentration in the water phase. So in the organic phase, this concentration 0.3 divided by 0.1, that will be 3. So option C is correct. The question number 74, an unpaired electron couples with the, suppose this is coupled with the one proton and 1 nitrogen. Okay. How many ESL lines are observed? So number of line is equals to N1 I1 plus 1 and into 2 N2 I2 plus 1. So 2 into N1 number of proton is 1 into I half plus 1. On the other hand, for nitrogen, the I value is 1. 2 into 1 into 1 plus 1. So this is equals to 2 into 3, that is 6. So option D is correct. What does viscosity of a liquid primarily indicate? It indicates the resistance to flow. Option C is correct. What is the stoichiometry of the lithium carbide from direct reaction with the lithium with carbon? So if the lithium is directly react with the carbon, it will generate the Li2C2, lithium carbide 2,2. So option A is correct answer. What is the key advantage of using Vesper theory in chemistry? Provides approximate molecular shape, that is true. I should have no, change of the no. Which class of biomolecules are steroid most closely related to? So the steroids are actually major class of lipid, so which have long fatty acid chain. So actually steroids are characterized by 4 fused carbon ring present है उसमें. So 4 rings are fusedly present. So actually इनको lipids बोलते हैं क्योंकि ये सब हाइड्रोफोबिक होते हैं. Hydrophobic. So correct answer will be option B. The question number 79. Which of the following statement correctly distinguishes resonance from the inductive effect? Resonance is permanent? No. Inductive temporary? No. Resonance involves pi electron, inductive effect involves sigma electron. That is true. In the question number 80, how many chiral centers are present in the cholesterol molecule? So let's see. This is a chiral center. Let's mark it. This is a chiral center. And this is a chiral center. 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, then 6, 7, 8. Total 8 chiral centers are present. Option D is correct. What does the principal quantum number n tells about the electron? It tells about the energy level and distance from the nucleus. Option A is correct. Which of the following, question number 82, which of the following is correct description of the Stille coupling reaction? So in the Stille coupling reaction, so let's draw the mechanism. This is a aryl halide, and in presence of palladium, the 0 state, this will bind to it on palladium. This is aryl group and this is X group, and palladium is 2+ state. Now the Bu3SN, it will come and a transmetallation reaction takes place, and we will get, this is aryl palladium and this other ligand L2. Fine. After that it can do the cis-trans isomerization. Suppose here it is not precise. If there is any substituent, then with respect to this ring, this group is cis or trans, तो वो पता चल जाता है. उसके बाद होता है reductive elimination, and this group will add up and ये वाला product मिलता है. तो let's see option. Palladium 0 hydrostenine alkyne to the vinyl stand. No. Palladium 0 catalyzed cross coupling of aryl vinyl benzyl halide triplet with an organose stannine with transmitted. That is correct answer. Option D is correct. The question number 83, a plot of the ln k versus 1/t. The slope was found to be this. Calculate the activation energy. So we know from the RNA equation. RNA equation k is equals to a into e to the power minus EA by RT ln of k minus EA by RT. The plot is ln k versus 1/t. So if we draw a plot ln k versus 1/t, then this is the intercept and this is the slope. Slope is equals to minus EA upon R. So EA upon R is equals to 9.8 into 10 to the power 3. This is Kelvin. Then EA is equals to 8.314 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse into 9.8 into 10 to the power 3 Kelvin. Now this will cut. So final result will be, this will be 81.47 into 10 to the power 3. So 81.5 kJ. So option D is correct answer. Which factor primarily determines the solubility of an ionic compound in water? So to solubility, suppose this is ionic compound, solubility depends upon the lattice energy and hydration energy. Option D is correct answer. Which law of thermodynamics allows us to determine the feasibility of a process? That is determined by the second law of thermodynamics. Correct answer is A. Thank you for watching the video.